Hey guys, welcome to Outbox Sports. For this segment, we're going to talk about who got inducted into the Football Hall of Fame and who got snubbed. I want to just talk about real quick Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Wow, what an awesome career. 297 consecutive starts. You know, guy got injured in every single game and kept playing. He's just a great guy. Gunslinger from Southern Mississippi, baby. He's a great guy.
An all-time leading passer, too. 6,300 completions, which is insane.
You can't hate Brett Favre.
Not at all.
He's
He
one of those
leads
guys.
in like interceptions as well, but like you just love the guy on and off the field.
He left it on the field every game.
So no one has a problem with that one.
No way.
No.
So after that, we got Marvin Harrison,
Yep.
Tony Dungy, Orlando Pace,
Right.
Kevin Mean Green, and Kenny Stabler. That's a great list.
You can't really argue any of those guys.
Quality
Yeah.
football players. My personal favorite on there is Tony Dungy. He had a great coaching career, and he really molded. I think that he's the reason why Peyton Manning was Peyton Manning. Was because
They were a great
They were
duo
just
then, yep.
such a great combo, and they really love each other, and that's what I love about sports.
Yeah.
They really had a great bond.
Talking about combo, Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
Oh,
Peyton
Marvin
Manning,
Harrison.
His receiver for all those
ridiculous.
years, yeah.
I think that's like 113 touchdowns, and that duo
Yeah.
has the most receptions all time. So it's ridiculous. I think he was a great player. He was a quiet player too. Not really off the field quiet now.
Yeah.
But he was
Yeah,
a quiet,
not now.
Yeah, he was a quiet player.
He's
on the
defended
field,
his
so-
game. I got it.
Yeah, so
got
I
it.
think I'm happy to see
Still
him.
holds a single-season receptions
Yeah.
lead with 143 in one season.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Two of those guys. But Peyton Manning, who's
Yeah.
going to be in the Hall of Fame one
Yeah,
day,
so we'll
is going to
see.
meet his former coach and one of his favorite receivers of all
Yeah.
time. So really can't argue
Absolutely.
those guys.
And another one of his favorite receivers coming up pretty soon too, Reggie Wayne.
Yep, he'll be there too.
Absolute,
One day.
absolute guy.
Definitely.
Speaking of receivers, though, let's talk about a snub. Terrell Owens.
The big
Yo.
snub.
You
Yeah.
could argue he should have been on this list too. I mean, second all-time in receiving yards to Jerry Rice, the GOAT. I mean, his
Man.
attitude and some of the things he did on the field and off the field are probably what kept him out his first time going around. But, I mean, he'll be there one day. It's just he's the snub of this year because of his antics.
Plus, he was third in receiving touchdowns, 6th all-time in catches. He has a lot of stats that are better than Harrison.
That's
which
the
is
thing,
why
yeah.
they kind of have a little feud.
Just their demeanor
Twitter
on the
feud.
game, I guess, yeah.
I mean,
But yeah.
it's probably really hard to like get snubbed when you know you're that good. Like think about how long it took Chris Carter to get in.
Yeah.
Like a couple years ago when he was like really really close, like he made the finalists and then did not make it.
Yeah.
Somebody like T.O., he's probably going through a lot just because he is T.O. But I
Yeah.
definitely do know one day he'll.
I mean, it is his
absolutely.
first year of eligibility, so
Yeah.
it's not like
Exactly.
he's been
That's-
waiting and waiting.
And it's actually not surprising because the media doesn't really like T.O.
Nope.
like that. So his first year, not
No.
really.
But I mean, it is just his first year that
Yeah.
he's eligible.
Yeah.
So, there's guys like Marvin Harrison who have been waiting for a little bit. And, other guys like Orlando Pace, like you got to get like at some point you're like,
Gotta put
okay,
some
T.O.,
stuff,
you'll be
yeah.
a first round ballot next year. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Like, we'll figure it out, all right, bud?
That's
Like,
So good. He'll be there. I love me some me. Let's go. T.O.
But no, I think this is the one case where Manny, you always have an issue with the media being biased. I think
do.
this is the one case where it is true.
Yeah. 100%.
Because-
it's not the one case.
The one case that
LeBron
I
James.
The one
agree
case she
with.
agrees
The
with.
one case you agree with.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
LeJohn Brains.
No, but like seriously though, like the media, and it's funny how you think about that because it's not just about what you do on the field. Like you got to be a good teammate in the locker room. T.O. never was.
Never was.
You got to be good off the field. T.O. never was. But it is what it is. But definitely, one day he's going to be in there.
Okay.
Oh,
For
I don't know
sure.
if you heard the interview with Gary Myers, who's from the New York Daily News. He was on the Dan Patrick Show, and he said basically the locker room is an extension of the field, and so that's why he said T.O. should not be in it because if you're not like well all around, then clearly the media has this.
There's certain things, you can make
he's-
that case.
He's still going to be in the Hall
Oh
of Fame.
yeah.
I don't think there's
Yeah.
any way that you could cut this that he's not in the Hall of Fame in the next 5
with
years.
his,
Yeah.
with his
But-
stats alone.
Stats
But I-
speak louder
yes,
than
but-
issues.
But then if you think about other guys who got snubbed, like Terrell Davis, who's been
Yeah.
waiting for a long
Yeah.
time. The running back from the 49ers, I think Roger Craig, he's been waiting for a long time.
yeah,
Yeah.
Roger Craig.
Yeah, so it's just crazy. Those guys didn't really have any off the field issues. So
Yeah, if it was me and I was voting, I honestly want to play a little game with T.O., make him sweat
And
as
see
long
what
as
happens,
possible.
yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah,
He's
and
Get on his
getting
best
in. Everyone
behaviors.
knows he's getting in, so you might as well just make it painful.
I mean, he really hasn't done anything since he stopped playing football.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's one
That's
of those
true.
things.
That's also
I mean, there's definitely a reality TV show in there somewhere, but
Oh.
I haven't watched it.
Definitely. I mean,
And there's also a few other guys that got snubbed. Steven Atwater, who was a longtime Giants quarterback, led that one of the best Super Bowl drives in Super Bowl history with the Giants, and Ty Law, who's the 22nd all-time in interceptions, one of the best, considered to be one of the best Patriots football players ever, and also Darren Woodson, who is the all-time tackles leader in Cowboys history. So there's a lot of other guys that deserve to get their shot next year, and personally, I agree with the list that they came up with.
It's just
this year.
tough. If guys get snubbed, and then the next year you have first ballot Hall of Famers coming off, and they just get pushed back.
Yeah, exactly. So like there's every one of these guys could have been interchanged. There's only one guy that really stands above the pack, and I think that's Brett Favre.
Oh yeah,
that's that was a shoe-in to be.
Yeah, I don't think you ever disagree with who comes out because. They're
all Hall of Famers.
Yeah,
exactly.
They're becoming Hall of Famers for a reason, but I just think it's
like pick your 3 best players in the All-Star.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like you can honestly get a hat randomized and pick, and it's like, okay, you're fine.
That's how they were.
I just feel like certain guys like Joe Klecko, like he's a D lineman who played for the Jets in the 70s and 80s. He should definitely be in by now, And it's just tough waiting that long when you know that you were that great of a player. So.
Yeah, and now it's a different era. And now people are, you get kind of 20 years, 30 years later.
When
like,
the game was different.
Am I ever gonna realize like people are, 2 times bigger than they were in the 80s?
Yeah.
Like,
and people used to make it in who only played 5-6 seasons too.
I think that's the reason why Terrell Davis hasn't gotten in yet, because he did have a short career. He got hurt a bunch of times. He only played 8 seasons in the league. So, I mean, that's still a long time to be an NFL running back, and he did a lot in his time, but you can understand why some of his career numbers aren't as big.
Yeah.
So let's make our predictions to see how many years it'll take for Tio until they induct him.
I think he's a first round ballot.
I think either next year or the following year.
Next
Definitely,
year?
I think he has to be next year.
I don't want him to wait, but I think the media's gonna think like you. I'm thinking
push it back.
maybe 3 or 4
I had 3.
years.
I had 3.
Oh
I'm
man,
that trash out.
I'm thinking 4 years.
He's the second all-time leading receiver. So.
I mean, it's
with
his statistics. I mean, you
how
gotta
long did it take Jerry Rice to get in the Hall of Fame?
I think Randy
First
Moss
round
gets
ballot.
it before Taylor Lawrence.
No.
Randy Moss. I think he'll get him before T.O. He's not eligible to probably.
I mean, I love Randy Moss.
I think he'll get him before T.O.
I take Randy Moss on my team right now.
Yeah,
I take Randy Moss on my team right now.
I think he'll get him before T.O. Man.
I would take Randy Moss on my team.
Yep. It's hard to argue.
We can come back in
be like a
year.
Yeah,
just hang out. Just catch a touchdown a game. That's it.
So guys, let us know in the comments what you think if Tio should have been inducted this year. You think it's off the field issues / in the locker room, which I guess counts as on the field also. If that should have been put into play, and what you think about all the guys being inducted into the Hall of Fame right now. And leave a comment, like I said, videos on the right from this week, past week, whatever.
Subscribe up top, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Likes only, no dislikes.
No dislikes.
Thanks, guys.